Introducing your next fighter, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Will Frost.
And real quick, touching on what we were talking about a minute ago about weight. I think it, personally, it makes you meaner cutting weight. And I feel a difference. When I fight at 170 pounds, I am not nearly as mean as I fight when I fight at 145 or 155. It's that weight cut. It makes you like you earn to get down there, and you just get mean. You want to bite the bullet, get out of there.
And anyone who has dated a fighter can attest to what you just said. Anyone who has dated a fighter, that cutting weight, frankly, it's awful. And in the process, you become a mean individual. Well, like you said, assuming that you rehydrate and you refill yourself coming into the cage, you're going to be mean. You're going to be ready to go.
Oh, absolutely. My girlfriend Tanya, she's talking about my next cut's at 145, and it's the first time I've been at 145 in like 6 years. It's gonna be a pretty tough cut. She said she wasn't looking forward to it very much. And
she dreads it more than you.
Yeah, and I'm not a nice person to get along with when I'm cutting weight. I get irritable, and it comes with a lot of fighters. And but that's what makes us mean. It's a certain aggressiveness.
It's a part of this. The toughness. It's a holistic dedication to the fight game. It's the training. It's the diet. It's the self-discipline to when your friends are going out and partying to reserve yourself and say no. I got to prepare for my upcoming bout, and not everybody's cut out for it.
Agreed. Well, here we go. We got Will Frost. I'm pretty familiar with Will Frost. He's fought my older brother. He has 12 wins and I can't really see how many
8 losses.
8 losses. But let me tell you, this guy is a lot better than his record shows he is. He is a gamer, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he has a UFL lightweight title belt, so that's a testament to his abilities. It'll be interesting. 5'11", 155 is a pretty big 55er.
Definitely.
And fighting out of Flint produces tough fighters, excellent athletes. They have a pedigree. You have a recent Olympian boxer from Flint, Michigan. So we'll see if Frost can continue to carry the torch of Flint's success.
Absolutely. And one thing I can give kudos to Will Frost to about is he uses his length very well. He's very long. He uses his jab. Very, very solid, precise striking. So I'm very excited for this fight as he's going against one of our teammates, Kyle Stevens, who's also a very, very game fighter.
Yeah,
so,
Kyle Stevens is a super tough fighter. Also lengthy. Has a 5-1 record, like you just mentioned, fighting out of Courageous.
Stevens.
Fighting out of Courageous, having time on the mat with Victor Gibson, with one of the mixed martial arts veterans of Michigan, Nick Shepard, with Drew Alday Murray. He's definitely going to be prepared coming into this bout.
Oh, definitely. As a sparring partner of Kyle's, he's one of my favorites to spar with because you can bring it with him and he'll bring it right back. He's a gamer. He's a country boy. Grew up with him out in Monroe. So, he hasn't fought in a long time, but he's been training hard. He's in good shape, and I'm very, very excited for this fight. This is about to be a doozy.
2 big 55ers. You see Devin Brown in the camp of Kyle Stevens. This should be a barn burner. I'm looking forward to it as well, my man.
Oh, absolutely. And there's one thing that a lot of people don't know about Stevens, that Stevens can wrestle. He comes from a pretty good wrestling family. So, I don't know. I guess we're going to see, but...
yeah, he has some pretty explosive takedowns, actually. And it just comes from him being physically just a strong guy.
Most definitely. And I do know he has devastating leg kicks.
See if he can utilize those to his ability. Got Craig Crawford, Devin Brown in the corner of Kyle Stevens, providing the guidance.
WXC formal afterductions. The following contest is being brought to you by Larry Flint's Hustler Club, home of the official after party. Warrior Xtreme cage fighting both tonight and tomorrow. Come and check them out. Introducing your fighters. First, fighter to my right. Tonight, he is out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks. He comes to us at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 105 155 pounds. With a record of 12-8, training under the True Fighter Fight Team with Kelly True, please welcome William Freshwater Frost. His opponent across the cage, man to my right. Tonight, he is out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks, trimmed in blue. He comes to us at 5 feet, 11 inches tall, weighing 155 pounds, putting his 5-1 record on the line here tonight. On behalf of Courageous Mixed Martial Arts and Victor Gibson, give it up for Kyle Stevens. Say hello to Miss Amanda and your referee in charge, professional mixed martial artist, none other than Detroit superstar, Derek Cruikshank.
Stevens has a ton of experience in his corner. Can you talk a little bit about how a cornerman can play a pivotal role in your success in a cage?
Well, you know, like the cornerman is used for, another set of eyes. They might see something that you don't see, and he has jiu-jitsu ace, Craig Crawford in his corner, and veteran Devin Bad News Brown, and it's that comes through, but kudos, big shout out to Frost's corner. He has Kelly True, who's also one of the veterans of Michigan. So this is exciting. I believe right in this situation, Stevens needs to close the distance a little bit more and not let Frost use his length advantage as much.
He needs to get off that cage and circle too. He came out through a nice chopping kick as you referenced, but it was being too a lack of mobility can hurt him. He needs to keep moving and use that length like you said.
Step in. Kyle, loosen up. Just like you're hitting the pads, Kyle. Come on, Kyle.
Very nice footwork from both fighters, and this comes, once again with the matchmaking. These two are very equal, so I'm kind of shocked to see Frost trying to take it down to the ground.
Stevens jumped at a guillotine.
He needs to, I believe he needs to plant his feet and go for the standing guillotine. It doesn't really have much of a leverage right now.
The arming guillotine's difficult to finish. And one of the problems with any type of submission is, especially in the mixed martial arts context, is using a lot of energy and then consequently being in a bad position because you couldn't finish the fight.
Absolutely, and when it comes to arming guillotine, when I hit that, I'm not using it as a choke. I'm using it more of as a resting point. Kind of let me get my my bearings back, or let me get my breath back a little bit, and then I'll explode into something more efficient. Because finishing with an arming guillotine,
Kyle's committing to it though.
It's possible, but I mean to get it to finish is a very, very hard. And Kyle's cornerman is calling for the sweep, and I completely agree with that. He has Frost worrying about his neck, and he should have went for the sweep. He wasn't paying attention.
You can bait that guillotine and transition to the sweep. The question is, how much energy did Stevens blow attempting to finish? But now transition armbar.
Very nice.
It's deep. It's deep. It's deep.
He needs to kick that leg down across the head. Kyle needs to breathe right here. Kyle needs to breathe. And it comes down to him finishing that. Him finishing that armbar was just a matter of turning his leg over the head, and getting that leverage. He left his leg straight out, wasn't pinching or nothing,
Most definitely, and Frost showed some excellent athleticism by escaping that bombs against the cage. Nice takedown.
Very exciting first round from two very, very tough competitors.
No, again, neither fighter wasting any time, going right into the action. They're out there to get it.
Most definitely. I don't know who'd you give that nod to on that round.
I think because Stevens was consistently attacking, he threatened from multiple positions. Frost really didn't do much, even though he was in the top position. He didn't really hurt Stevens at all, besides early. I'm going to have to give it to Stevens.
And being non-biased, I could possibly agree, but then I could also disagree is the fact that, Frost did have some good takedowns, and I don't think Stevens could possibly been dominant enough in the striking. He did have that submission attempt, which was very close, but Frost, passed it. So I mean, it really comes down to judging. So I mean,
And
either way, any decision on that round would not be a bad decision.
No, I could see it going either way, and that's the importance of the judges. But at the same time, that's the importance of trying to finish a fight, because when you leave the fight in the judges' hands, you leave the destiny in somebody's hands but your own. So, you got to finish.
Most definitely.
You gotta pull the trigger, Kyle. Don't be afraid to throw it. Kick him, Kyle!
See how these guys' cardio stack up into the second round. Both guys expended a lot of energy in that first round. We'll see how that weighs into this. Ooh, nice body kick. Kyle caught it, though.
Nice flying knee attempt from Frost. Kyle needs to get his feet closer to the cage. You get that little space right there. He's able to get his foot behind, maybe for a trip, back trip. So
What's your Frost look to do here?
Frost right here. Well, here now he's he gets his back off the cage. Big step from here. He needs to change levels, get his shoulder and his head up into the sternum of Kyle, and drop down and go to the calves and suck his legs under. That's what I would do in that situation personally.
The clinch game is such an important but often neglected part of
nice
mixed martial arts.
stomps.
Foot stomps, nice. Something you
don't
rarely
see that.
You don't ever see that really at the amateur level, but they're effective. You can see they're affecting Kyle. Excellent.
Very, very kudos to Frost on bringing that out. That comes with his veteran, being.
That's a deep. Oh, Frost slipped out. The guillotine was deep, but Frost slipped out. And that's another thing, deep into the rounds, the sweat plays a huge factor in terms of finishing a submission. It's so hard when a guy's after 5-10 minutes. It's so hard to finish a guy after that time frame because they're slippery and it's easy to slip out of submissions.
Absolutely.
You got to be a killer on the ground in order to catch somebody.
Get working, Kyle. You lose it.
I don't blame Kyle for going for the arms because Frost does have some really long arms. And you could possibly catch him. He has an active guard, so who knows? But right now, I'd be looking to sweep because, maybe on his guards he could be losing.
Another armbar attempt. Frost looks comfortable, though.
He needs to not cross his feet and pinch those knees.
He should belly down. He needs to look inside.
He needs to switch to triangle choke. He needs to get that thumb up is what his problem is right now. He had a triangle choke.
This isn't Frost's first rodeo. He looked very comfortable there, despite the attack. Now he's working to the body. Big shot to the body.
Most definitely.
Another, Stevens has a really active guard.
Kyle needs to keep up with these, transition arm bars and triangle chokes and possibly work a sweep off of it because it's very effective.
Yeah, the percentage of finish a submission from your back versus when you have top control increases dramatically. You have gravity and your weight working with you. I always would advocate having top position if possible.
Absolutely. Very nice round.
Another action-packed round.
Most definitely. I'll give that one to Frost.
As would I. He controlled it.
And it depends.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but depending on the judges on this one, you could have it 2 rounds to Frost or 1-1. It really depends on the judges in this situation.
And I think that's in the back of the mind of both fighters, and both guys realize, listen, I can't bank on these first 2 rounds and coast it in and just try to, coast my way into the decision. I got to try to work to finish the fight.
Oh, absolutely. Right now, both fighters need to think that it's 1 round apiece. I have to finish this round.
So, what do you think is going to be the key to this 3rd round? Stevens and Frost. What would you advocate for Frost? What would you advocate for Stevens?
Well, Stevens right now, I think, possibly a really dominant 3rd round could steal him this fight, Frost looks like he's not really breathing that heavy, he looks like he's decent shape. Stevens looks a little tired, so I don't know, I think the key to win this is who dominates this more, and I think Stevens started getting that jab going a little more.
Let it go. Let it go.
Most definitely.
Get his back off the cage, that could start. Nice footwork from Frost.
Right cross.
Big right hand. Frost still's got a lot in his tank. He still seems explosive in this third round, stalking.
There you go. Keep going. You gotta go get it.
Stevens isn't going anywhere.
No, he's
Go fucking get it.
gets a tank, man.
There you go. Keep going.
I think Stevens needs to start walking Frost down. Not so much him letting Frost walk him down, because Frost is very good at using his length to his advantage.
And, you know, Stevens showed an ability to, you know, potentially finish. And I think if he can put Frost on his back, he's going to have a great opportunity to finish the fight. But Frost puts Stevens right on his back. And from a judge's perspective, Stevens is losing the fight considerably.
Cal needs to get his guard back and start going to work. Get his back off the cage once.
Yeah, it's a bad position. You're mounted. You're against the cage. You have little room to move.
See, in this situation right here, for how high Frost is, Stevens can actually start cage walking from here. He needs to get a little bit more separation from the hips, and he's up. Frost needs to get Stevens back a little bit lower on the cage. Therefore, he doesn't have much of a
Most
leverage.
definitely. He's working for a guillotine from top.
Frost definitely looking for a finish. He is not trying to leave this to the judges.
Another wall walk.
Very nice control by Royal Frost.
Stevens has got to go, and he's exposing himself by extending his arms like this, but Frost seems content to control and strike.
Frost going for that finish.
Nice shots. Referee Darren Cruikshank looking closely at it.
Stevens needs to start bumping. This fight's getting close to getting finished.
Yeah. He's moving, but he's turtling up.
Frost looking high. Stevens needs to start bumping.
Good control from Frost, continuing to pick his shots,
You know,
wearing Stevens down.
Definitely. This is definitely one of the best Wolf Frost I've seen yet. You know, he's looking very composed. Definitely looking a lot better on the ground than he's usually known for, you know.
Yeah, great control and effective striking, and good wrestling as well, and you know, an impressive performance by Will Frost.
Most definitely. I'd be very shocked to see if he did not get the nod in the decision.
No, that most definitely has to go to Will Frost. I hands down give him the second and the third round. The first round's disputable, but even with that being said, impressive performance by Frost. He showed great control on the ground, defended multiple submission attacks, and did some damage from the top.
Our judges have came to a unanimous decision for a score of 30-27. All across the board for your winner, Will Frost!
So Will Frost approves a 13-8. Winner by unanimous decision, and like you said, he was very impressive. Showed excellent control. He's obviously been working to improve his game. He showed enough of a gas tank to be able to go 3 hard rounds. You know, hey, we have 5 fights down, and all 5 fights have been action-packed. Nobody's waiting. Guys are taking the fight to one another. It's been an excellent night of fights thus far.
Oh, most definitely.